Last night we looked into a new stock on the channel which I believe was something to do with electronics. I'm not 100% sure what it was, I can't remember, I'm very sorry. But I did actually get a subscriber telling me that I should look into this stock next because I always do intend to look into new companies. So if anybody does have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments. But yeah, tonight we're looking at Nextech AR stock. And I almost called it Nextech Air stock. But you can see on screen what we're going to be doing. And what we're going to be doing is doing a quick little rundown of the stock, how it's been moving in the past. We're going to have a quick look at the market share that the company could potentially capture, look at whether this is a potential great buy or not. We're going to be looking at the expansion of the company. We're going to be looking at some financial reports and whatnot. So it's going to be a very quick but quite detailed analysis of the company. So I think you're going to enjoy it, and I think that you will. So if you think that you will as well, please do subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. You can see we're almost halfway there right now. So if you could just take a second out of your day to just press that button and perhaps share the video with your friends and family, please do like and subscribe. On top of this, we do actually have a Discord now. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stocks on there. If you want to come and join in, link is in the description. Right, so let's have a quick look into this. But first things first, of course, I am no financial advisor, and everything in this video is nothing but opinion based on the facts. So looking on the 1 day, we are slightly down. We're down 4.59% on this stock, it would look like. So we started off the day on $8 and now we're sat at about $7.91. So apparently that's 4%, maybe it's 0.3% more like. I don't think that's correct, but that's Google for you. But then when we have a quick look onto the 5 day, you can see what we're sat at right now. So we're actually down on the 5 day as well, and I think that's about 7% down. However, I would not really be too concerned about this because a lot of the stocks in the market are down right now. As we know that the American election is coming up soon, I think that is going to have quite the impact on everything. It generally does tend to, so of course, not really something to be too concerned about, especially when we look out to the 1 month. So when we look out to 1 month, we can really see quite big gains on the company, notably between about the 8th and 14th of October. So you can see on screen that we went up about 50% in that period, starting off the month on $5.35. We're almost sat on $8 now. And then back out to the 6-month period, we started off on $1.70, and this stock really is trying to pick up motion. We sat at about 400%, or 373.5% to be exact, gains on the 6-month period so far. Can we look out to the year? Does it go out that far? I think it does. So is this a year? Let's have a look out to 1 year. So you can see on the 1 year, we really are starting to make a big move. We're looking at about 714% increase right now. I think that's higher than Tesla. That's up with NIO and things like that. And that's what I talked about with companies like NIO in last night's episode. It's just the fact that these companies are so small, they've got such a large amount of growth to do so far, so it's potentially a great time to get into these companies. So first things first, let's have a quick look at the fundamentals of the company by simply going to the website. Let's deny the cookies and have a quick look. So, Nextech AR Solutions. It's apparently augmented and virtual reality events from your business and for your business. So if we have a quick look down, you can see some of the things which you can do with this company. You can promote with AR. If you don't know, AR is augmented reality. So you can promote, you can convert with AR, measure AR, you can educate with AR, and you can evangelize with AR, I think that says. So yeah, AR is obviously one of those market spaces which is quite diverse in the sense that there's a lot which you can do with it, and this could really play off for a company like this. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this company does intend to do with their AR. I'm sorry about that, but generally speaking, looking into AR, we can assume that this is going to be potentially a great opportunity for the company to make big moves, and so far it has done so this year. So let's just have a quick look at this graph here, and like I said, there's so many ways which we can talk about AR, but this graph really does show how the movement of augmented reality is going at the minute and how it's expected to go in the future. So we have 3 different sets on the graph. We can see we have standalone headsets, tethered headsets, and smartphone enabled headsets. Now we're not really going to go too much into that because there's not really much point. We're just looking at the company itself. But either way, if we have a look into the market, looking at from about 2015 all the way up to where we're at now at 2020, we have actually seen a move. But what we're looking at in the future, predicted that is an even larger move in each one of these sectors. So no matter which one you're looking at, you can see larger gains. Tethered headsets are apparently going to be the ones which are going to take off the most towards 2025, but it's just hard to say. Either way, as this technology will become cheaper guaranteed in the future, it will become more accessible to people, and it will also become more useful, as at the minute, yes, it is quite advanced, but let's just think about it. Look at smartphones, for example, back in like 2007 when the first iPhone was released versus an iPhone now. there's such a big move and the technology is more available, it's more cheap, and it's a lot better as well. So that's just one of those things where in the future, yes, it probably will become cheaper, more available to all. So we can just imagine the effect this could have on stocks like this. This is one of those opportunities where I said, like CloudMD yesterday, I said if this company can set itself up correctly for the next few years, they could be looking at a great, market share in the future. This could be like the Tesla of the sector or whatnot. It's just about getting in there soon, and I think now is actually a perfect time for this company to be out there. And it could potentially be a great time to invest in that, because just looking at this graph here, and this is just my opinion, if the market share for this sector is going to be going up, then this company in theory should be going up as well if they do play their cards right. So let's speak about playing their cards right. And unfortunately, there is not really too much on my favorite website for this because it's very concise, money.cnn. We could not find any predictions or forecasts. We couldn't really find too much, but what we can have a look at is what we can see. So let's just have a look at today's trading and then a few facts about the company. So today we actually opened slightly lower than yesterday. So the previous close was 628. Today we opened at 620. The trading range was between $5.43 and $6.27. Volume 823,000. Not that that really matters. Market cap of the company is currently sat at 466.6 million. So that's just obviously under $500 million. So not bad at all for a small company. Of course, like I said, if they could get that market cap up a bit, it would probably have quite a great effect, and subsequently it would affect the share price. But we can expect this to happen as this technology does grow into the future. So, just having a quick look right down at that corner in the financials. Not that it really does matter, but if you want to know these kinds of things, I thought I would include it in the video. So we don't actually have a forecast for this video, like I said. What we do have is figures around revenue annually. So annual revenue last year was 5.2 million, and the annual profit last year was actually minus 6.8 million. And of course, the net profit margin of us is minus 132.31%. I'm sure a lot of you guys may be thinking that this is a terrible thing, but we need to think logically about a company like this. Yes, in a small company, when you are starting up, you will have to take out loans, you will have to buy things which you can't necessarily afford. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money, sometimes you have to speculate to accumulate, and I'm sure you guys will know this. So hopefully you shouldn't be too worried about that. But let's have a quick prediction of this share. So what am I going to say about the company in the next few years? I mean, we are going to be looking into this more in the future, in future episodes, but my just quick analysis, and of course just my opinion. If we are sat at about $7 now, I believe we could be sat at maybe like $10, perhaps even $12 by the end of the year if we are lucky. And I think this should continue to expand, similar to the graph of AR itself, because this is potentially going to be a big upcoming market in the future. I talked about this with companies like Workhorse, Neo, CloudMD. All of these companies are at the forefront of a new internet revolution, and there are potential great opportunities to be caught. It's kind of like an industrial revolution all over again. Just look at those companies. For example, one which I keep bringing up, especially when we talk about cars, is obviously Ford. Look at Ford as a company. Everybody knows Ford now. It may not be the most profitable car brand, but it's still recognizable over 100 years later. And of course, that just goes to show what a company can really do if they set themselves out right. So I'm just going to end on that note. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and like the video. Please share it to your friends, and if you want to come and join us on Discord, please do that. If you don't want to come over to Discord, feel free to watch another episode, and as always, thank you so much for your time. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.